Welcome to another Real Dad Movement Daily Revelation. On this episode, we talk about motivation. Motivation, such a funny thing. Why are you motivated? Why do you lack motivation? What is it that you feel has caused a period or periods of your life where you just haven't had that gusto? You haven't been motivated to get out, to get after, to do what it is that you know you need to do to ultimately take the actions and off the back of that have the result that you desire in your life. Motivation's a funny thing. When you look at it, does it exist? I believe it does. But it's also funny in the sense that it's momentary, it's fleeting, it's temporary. It's almost a form of borrowed certainty or a state that you enter or lift up into in which, yes, I can do it. Your belief pattern changes. You can get after this. It is possible. I can do it. I will do it. I will break through and take this action. But when we dive one layer deeper, it's an interesting one because we ask ourselves, well, how do we maintain this? How do we hold on to a higher level of motivation more often than not to get after what it is that we want in our lives more often than not, just to have a higher strike rate? Because it's hard. And it really is, mate, because when you look at your life as a whole, it's about understanding that there are going to be ups and downs. You can't have day without night. One cannot exist without the other because there's no way to reflect or look at or measure or compare where you are and where you want to get to. So yes, it's important to have the tough times, the challenges and whatnot, but where's our baseline? Like, where's our level? Where's the platform from which you are executing and expressing who you are every single day? And motivation can play a role in that. But how do you tap into that? How do you find the right level of motivation that's needed and one that's consistent with your lifestyle and congruent to what you want? This isn't playing Rocky or Arnie YouTube clips and pumping ourselves up for an hour and then next thing you know, you fall down back into the old habits, the old patterns. The reality is motivation is something that must come from within. Yes, there are external factors that can play a role in influencing you, like I said just then, or playing some good music or podcasts like this one here, or playlists on Spotify, or talking to someone, talking to anyone, a motivational speaker. All these different elements are external. There's something that can play a role, yes, but can they be a consistent part of your life and form up what you need? Now, look, we're not hermits. We are social creatures, and they are all methods that can absolutely work. But the reason why they might or might not work ultimately comes down to how you perceive them and the state in which you're in to not only receive what's happening around you and outside of you, but to tap into what it is that you want inside of you. And mate, that's the money. That's the true driving force from which you can motivate yourself on a daily level, the good, the bad, and the ugly, to uplift, to uprise who you are, to sometimes know that, yeah, I'm going to cop some punches in the face. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to eat some shit sometimes, but I'm going to turn around, I'm going to get back up. And when you have that higher level of belief and the resilience that you can carry into your life with a higher meaning and purpose, you will motivate yourself. You will drive yourself. And there are two things that can really highly motivate you to what it is that you want to achieve in your life. And one is moving away from the pain, the tough points, the discomfort, the trauma in your life that you're not happy with. You don't want to be there. I no longer choose to live that way and be in that position. And also on the other end, or two sides of the same coin, so to speak, your desires, the love, the fulfillment, what you want in your life for yourself, for your children and your family. Now, ultimately, we need both. What you also need is a higher level of awareness of the two from which you can tap into realigning who you are to drive yourself with a higher level of motivation. And when you do that, I guarantee you, fellow dad, that you will break through. Fatherhood is hard work. We know this. It's not easy. You're just a man. I'm just a man. We're trying to make our way in this world. But somewhere along the lines, we get hitched with all these extra burdens and challenges and responsibilities, and we don't know what to do or who to turn to or where we stand or fit in the world anymore. If you can realign, stay consistent, and ask yourselves the right questions. Who do I want to be in this life? What's important to me? What are the pains I no longer wish to have? And what are the desires that I want to have and experience and be in my life? You can make the change. You can take one step forward. You can motivate yourself using external influences, of course, but also using internal influences to put you in a position where, yes, I can do it. It is possible. I can build momentum. And off the back of building that momentum, I will create the disciplines in my life to get on top once and for all. Motivation, it's a powerful thing. Yes, it has a purpose. Yes, it plays a role in your life. But it's also crucial to understand that thoughts, feelings, emotions can be fleeting, they can be temporary, and they don't necessarily define who you are. It's asking yourself that question, who do I want to be? What's important to me? And taking consistent action. And then reflecting and looking back in the past of what you've done, appreciating and rewarding yourself for that by driving that stake in harder into the ground and digging into the system that's going to move you forward, putting roots ingrained in the earth in who you are and what it is you can do. And you've got that power, man. You've got that power. And at the end of the day, use it. Use it the right way. Use motivation as a source, as a tool to elevate your state into what you need to do to be the man that you want to be, to live the life that you want to live. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you next time with another Real Dad Movement Daily Revelations. Cheers.